with the boys. It is a Tuesday, December 23rd. We are 2 days before Christmas. And I hope you guys, if you celebrate, I hope you're having a good holiday. If you don't celebrate, I hope December's treating you well. I hope your solstice is going all right. And for all of my people with the big SAD out there, just know that from here on out, every single day is getting longer. We're going to have the sun out for more time starting basically now. So something to smile about, something to start off with a pretty good vibe. How are you feeling today, Jordan?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing today on Christmas Eve Eve?
Christmas Eve is honestly, it's a day.
It's the
Um,
hardest holiday that exists because like you're
y-
so close to it. It's
you're
like
so
Christmas
close
Eve.
to the
Christmas
almost holiday
Eve.
that is Christmas Eve,
Yeah,
and
Christmas Eve you get to be like, I'm waking up tomorrow and it's Christmas. Christmas Eve, you're going to sleep like, oh, it's still so far away.
oh, tomorrow is just another day.
Yep.
And I'll be real, I've seen a little bit of content out there recently surrounding this whole the meme is if you work in an office, if you work in a work from home scenario, if you're working over Teams and you use Office and you're doing all of your work in Excel, the joke is all of December people are like, we'll circle back in January, circle back in January. December is kind of a wash. All of the campaigns are kind of up and running. If you work in marketing, like us, for example, ads are extremely expensive because everyone wants to get in front of people's eyes in the month of December before the holiday because people are buying more. It's one of the largest consumer holidays out there. And so it's just everything's expensive. Things kind of shut down. Well, things have not shut down almost at all. Things have been going pretty consistently up until the week of Christmas. Has that been your experience? Is that where you're kind of at, or is it feels slowed down a little bit on your end?
I think I'm intentionally slowing myself down a little bit right now. I'm trying to just like take each day as it comes in like during the holidays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'm not letting myself think too far in advance or anything like that. So like I think I'm taking a healthy approach to kind of like, like dealing with like that overwhelming holiday time and like the hours and everything.
Yeah, which if you're just tuning in, if you're new here, if you don't see us over on the Joey Matterhorn channel on Mondays, we were talking a little bit about overwhelm feeling, that kind of mental health that goes into the holidays last week on both the Good Rep channel and the Joey Matterhorn channel. Go check that out if that's something that interests you because heading into holidays is stressful. It's extremely stressful. And honestly, uh, I've been feeling it more this week than I think I felt it last week, but it's been in waves for me. Last week
Mhm.
was definitely a lot more relaxed than this week. I feel a lot more tension, I think, this week. But as opposed to that, for anyone who's not in the know, you're not in your normal location over there.
No, no, I am not. I mean, this technically this is the location of our first lives, I believe.
Ooh,
Um,
our first ever lives. I do think you were actually.
mhm.
That's kind
The
of
first
crazy
one
to
I
think
was
about.
where I was yesterday. I was out in the living room,
Yeah.
and the second one I was here. So it's very fitting. It's just like these past 2 days are just like our first 2 days.
It's kind of crazy to think about. But you are home, you're visiting for the holidays, and I think that sets a tone. We've talked about we've definitely beaten the horse dead on this one. Uh Vibe, station, everything around you, where you're at has an impact. Do you find that since you've been kind of home that you have a little bit of a different drive going on? You feel a lot more festive, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little bit. So, like, it's. I'll be the first to admit, coming home sometimes is almost harder to work because, like, I'm around family, and so, like, you want to spend time around them, but obviously, you gotta go lock yourself in a room and do work every now and then.
Well, it's
Um,
also worth noting, do you run into the issue where your parents or your family that are around don't necessarily understand what you're doing or why you
yeah,
have to go do it?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
they're like, "Oh, so you're at the computer, you're home. So you can just go do the thing," and they kind of like drop in.
yeah. Like, I like work from home life. Every now and then, you might find yourself like, I'm gonna go sit on the couch for a couple minutes. Just kind of like
Yeah.
mix up my environment or whatever, and then like I'll go sit out there for like 10 minutes, and they'll be like, "Don't you have work to do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but like I am doing it." And like also like if I get a message, I got it on my phone. I can jump to something. Like I just needed a minute to step out and get a breather.
Yeah. Well, and it's also understanding the work comes and goes and flows.
Hmm.
It's One of my favorite examples is when we were in the office. We had this outdoor patio area at our office, like really easily accessible right outside of our bullpen area. And we had a large portion of the team smoked or vaped or whatever. I was one of them at the time. Um, and so we would periodically go outside, go smoke, and take a break from our computers, take a break from our screens to get outside. And I think that's something that regularly you need to do. You need to step away from a screen. When you're work from home, it's a lot more difficult, especially when you're work from home with someone that you spend time with. I know for
Mhm.
me, my partner and I, we share an apartment. She's around. And so for the longest time, when I didn't have this office space, I would be working and she would be around and she'd be like, "Oh, hey, can you do this thing for me real quick?" And I'd be like, "Uh, technically, yes, but also doing that thing pulls me away from my current activity. I'm actively engaged in work. For me, and for a lot of what we do online, it's being engaged mentally. And so it pulls us away from that.
Yeah.
But to get a little bit more into topic, as we get into holiday season, this is the Good Rep Media podcast. And for those of you who don't know, Good Rep Media is a small business marketing agency. If you own a small business, if you want to start a small business, if you know someone who runs a small business, you might find some good information here because we help small businesses rank better on Google. We help them optimize their Google business profiles. We help them with their websites and their online presence. And let's be real, you don't know a small business owner who's doing all of those things correctly. You don't. And if you do, send them our way because I'd love to learn from them.
And they probably won't be a
Honestly,
small
how do
business
you?
owner for long.
Yeah, how do you make a small business that has all of those things correctly?
I feel like
You're
at
headed
that point
towards
you have
medium.
to be actively trying to be like, we want to keep this small for the aesthetics.
Which maybe that's your aesthetic, maybe that's your vibe. Um, but with that in mind, I wanted to kind of open up today and spend a quick little minute talking about Christmas specials, holiday specials, the different things that small businesses can do during the holidays in order to draw customers in. And I think there are some good ideas, some unique ideas out there. I wanted to kind of open the floor up, have a little bit of an idea. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Christmas specials, Jordan? Do you have any? Well, let's start with this. Do you have any that you partook in this holiday?
I I'm sorry, I've been so distracted by this printer to my right just going crazy, right? Can you hear it?
No, you have a print.
So, sorry,
Like, is someone
I
printing
want to hurry
something?
up and state. So right now I am in like my grandma's old room, like it's just like an old room. My mom keeps her computer in here, and like
Granny Vogel.
yeah, so I have like this station here that's
Okay.
got no room. Like I have to like push back like my mom's monitor to the back of the desk so that I can fit my laptop here. I have to move the keyboard off and stuff, and then I got like a side monitor on a side table right here. Whatever, it works. But then where it gets extra like, whoa, the extension, the surge suppressor that it's plugged into only gives power to like the things that are plugged into it if the computer is on and like not asleep. If the computer goes to sleep, everything that surge suppressor was giving power to turns off. So just a second ago, if you went back and watched, you'll see like the room goes dark for a second, and that's because the light right here turned off because like the computer went to sleep. So I had to click a button to get that to turn back on. And when I clicked that button on the back computer, that also kicked on the printer. And then I couldn't hear what you were saying because the printer was so loud doing its little kick on sounds. So, what was your question?
So one of these days, Jordan, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about setups because that is some Willy Wonka like.
I've
No,
never
no, no.
seen a
What is
surge
the?
suppressor do this.
What are the machines that is it a Ruth Goldberg machine?
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg?
Yeah. Where
Sorry.
it's like one thing like it's like making a simple task as complicated as possible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was thinking of. It's like you've set up this whole scenario. You're like, my laptop will only work if I tap my left foot every 3 seconds. If I do it too quickly, it will turn off. If I do it too
It's a
slowly,
lot like my
everything starts on
windshield
fire. You're
wipers
like,
right now. They don't work unless I sit there. Like I have to go like this on my windshield wiper until it works one time, and then like half the time it'll only go like halfway and stop, and I have to keep pulling it, and it'll go. And then
okay, okay.
eventually I'll keep pulling it, and then it will do a full one. And once it does that full one, I know I'm good to hold it down, and then I hold it down, and it keeps going. We're getting that
Moving
fixed
on.
today.
We're gonna
Today we're
get you
going
to
to drop
just
the
plug
car off.
things into a wall one of these days. It's gonna happen. Your Rube Goldberg machines are no longer.
I
Anyways,
knew a girl in high school whose windshield wipers didn't work, and she had like a string tied to them that she would bring around it in her thing. Whenever like it was like raining, she would go and like pull her windshield wipers.
there's a point where you need to get them fixed. And also,
Yeah,
Mel,
but
I'm
you're in high
trying
school.
here. It's Jordan. Specials. I was asking you if you took a part in any Christmas specials this month. If you
Like
actually used any or purchased any, if there were any like highlights.
um I yesterday on the pod I talked about like the gift that I got myself. That was like
Yeah.
55% off. That was a pretty good
You're
deal.
getting like discounts.
Yeah, as far as like the actual gifts that I bought people or anything like that, I can't think of anything that I like jumped on. Uh, because like I kind of knew the things I wanted to get the people, so it's like regardless of if they're on sale or not, I'm probably getting it. So I
Well, I
can't
was
think
more
of
so
anything
thinking
outside of
of
that.
like specials or deals or anything like that. But I guess so. The easiest special and deal to acknowledge is like, hey, when you get direct discounts on some goods and items, local
Yeah,
game shops like, hey, TCG products are going to be 10% off, singles are 5% off, boxes are
I
going to be 15% off.
I
Like those
did
types of deals
actually.
are basic and I think level one deals. And
Yeah,
so I think most small businesses, if you run a small business, that is a baseline level. You're offering those types of discounts as a run of course. You know what I mean?
I got three of my friends expansion packs to a video game that I play that I wanted them to play. It wasn't even things that they wanted that bad, but like I was able to get it because they were on sale. And on top of that, like it's World of Warcraft. You can like if you play it enough, you'll make gold, and then you can turn that gold into like store credit.
Hmm.
And so like the combination of me doing that and like them being on sale, I was able to get like like $150 worth of expansion packs for like $100.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I guess I'm talking.
I
I'm
guess I
more
don't know
talking
what.
on
I
a
guess I
meta
don't
level of not.
like. I don't know. Like how is that
You
not?
know,
I don't
no,
get
you're
how that's
good.
not a
I'm,
sale.
I'm trying to I'm trying to think of like, okay, so those are level one deals where it's like, hey, I'm gonna give a discount because we're talking to small business owners here. If you're a small business owner, they're not World of Warcraft. That's not a small business owner.
Right.
So we're
Well, I didn't
talking
buy any.
about if you're a small business, what can you do about discounts? And I'm thinking, so I've recommended our clients do combo deals where they put together a couple of different products into a package deal. We have one client, an esthetician, who's doing a package where it's like, hey, here's a combo of three different things. We do them in a December facial scrub special Christmas deal. So there's the deal of, hey, here I'm going to discount one of your service. There's the level two of combining all of the services. And I'm just trying to think of other, like, what's the level three? What goes
Yeah.
beyond that? What are other ways that small businesses can enhance, have Christmas deals? One of our other small businesses that we were talking to is doing gift cards. Like, what are these actionable steps that these small businesses can do to improve themselves? And I think gift cards is one that's really easy to do. um I do think there's a little bit of economics that go into it.
Yeah.
um I don't know. Gift cards are difficult.
I mean, like the economics behind it really come to how prepared the owner is, or like
Yeah.
accounting really is. Like if you're responsible enough and you understand, like, oh, someone bought a gift card, that means that I'm probably not going to get paid for a service later, but I did just get paid now. Like save that money. Keep a good accounting. Keep your book. Know like what you can spend and what you can't. What money is going to come due later, and really, I think gift cards around this time are something every business should have.
Yeah, just all the basic intros for small businesses and things like that.
Yeah.
But
Where do
I
you consider like it's not Christmas holiday, but like every like Halloween, like I start seeing like Wendy's will do like a coupon book or something like that, things like that. Where do you consider those in like your tier ranking of like level 1, 2, and 3?
if we're actually like doing a tier list of
Yeah.
complications, well, I feel like
We still gotta do an actual tier list. Sorry to distract.
no,
I think
100%. I'm here for tier list because I think a tier list would be sick to do, especially like What would we do a tier list of? Now I'm getting distracted. I would get distracted. Just the idea of doing tier lists, I'm like, wait, that sounds awesome.
Ads.
But
We're just gonna pull like 20 different ads, and we're just gonna rank them based on what ads we like the best.
see, I almost want to. That would be interesting if we created like a form submit and we're like, hey, small businesses, submit an ad that
Or
you've
even if
run.
we just
Submit your
make
best ad.
Mel like take an hour and just go browse the internet and find a bunch of ads, you know?
Well, the thing is, we had a conversation the other day where we talked about when you send someone a TikTok, when you send someone a video or a piece of content to consume, and then they watch it, that changes their algorithms. And at this
Mhm.
point, the algorithms that we create are so kind of personalized to ourselves. I know I have talked about like my TikTok algorithm. I want to protect it. I'll see like specifically this is one where I'm like, if there's a thirst trap that comes up, scroll immediately, because you give it any time at all, your algorithm will be like, wait, and then your whole feed is filled with them forever. And that's specific to TikTok. I'll
It's
notice
tough.
that. What?
It's
It's
tough.
tough. It's a rough whatever. And so you have to like scroll quickly. And so when you engage with content, it will affect your algorithm. It'll change what you're scrolling. And when you are on the level of someone like they send you 10 TikToks and you're going to watch all 10 of those TikToks in a row before going to your For You page, it's going to change up your algorithm. You're watching all of those. You're giving
I
them watch time.
literally just today I was on Facebook and I saw there was like a post on my feed. It was like a person. It wasn't like a page or anything. It wasn't someone I followed. It was just a random person posted a picture of like they had their like Culver's sticker on their mirror. You know how they do that and you get your order number and it was like 65. And they took a picture of it and they posted like I feel so far sorry for the car 2 back that probably has kids that are going to absolutely lose it when they get their number. And I'm like, this is stupid. This is like okay, whatever. 6, 7 posts are dumb as is, but
Yeah.
this was you got 65. You don't even know there wasn't
Yeah. You
even two
can't even
cars
make the
behind
joke.
you in the photo. You know, like you're just assuming that there will be kids that'll lose it. So like you just made this post. Like I don't get why you even made the post other than just to make a post. And I commented that on it and immediately was like, well, I just engaged on this now, like, and like my engagement was me saying like this is stupid, why am I seeing this,
You got rage
but now I'm
baited.
gonna see it. And I knew that the moment I pressed enter I was like, this accomplishes nothing.
Well, and it's you that engagement, it affects how your algorithm goes. And so all of that to say that when you oh my gosh, I don't remember my original point when I was
Sorry,
getting into this.
I interrupted you.
But Mel did mention holiday campaigns, which I think this is a great question. Good thing to get us back on topic here. Great, love this. Have you guys ever thought of what you would do for your Good Rep Media holiday campaign? And 100%, if we were to do a Good Rep Media holiday campaign, it would be a one-off, like joke thing. It would not be a realistic, hey, we're going to do a product. Here's what we're going to deliver for you for whatever. We might do something like that. Here's a discounted. We'll do an ad creative. We'll do an updated logo, whatever. We If I had a choice, I would put together an ad campaign and run a whole thing around pay $20. We will update, quote unquote, your friend's small business logo and all of their whatever with new branding. And we would do what that one girl did for Microsoft. We would do that with all of their branding.
Okay.
And it would just be, hey, we make it kind of bad, but we would do it in a specific art style of like, have you ever seen the derpy looking Pokemon packs?
No. I feel like this is kind of aligning with like the Detroit Lions thing. Like there was like a girl who
Yeah.
like yeah, she did like the Detroit Lions because
Yeah.
she was just doing it based off what she was hearing. Yeah, and then they actually like sold it in the like they took her shirt and they actually like sold it in the fan shop.
Exactly. Doing something exactly like that, but we would do it for small businesses and we would be very tongue in cheek and we'd be like, hey, this is our artist, Emily. This is her personal style, and she'll remake your small business and blah, 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 blah. And we'll give you like an ad package of like, here's our sweet looking logo that we did rather quickly, and we just
Yeah.
made it kind of cartoony and funny, and you could kind of show it off. Or
So
your dad works for a business and you can be like, hey, I had someone update your logo, here's your new business card, something like that. We would be able to kind of provide.
how would you feel if Good Rep did like a gift service where it's like, oh, do you have a friend who does like a small business? Like pay us like $50 and we'll make a logo for them that you can gift. It would be silly, but
I
like could
mean,
be fun.
100%. I would be down to do something like that. Those little easy ways to kind of give back and do fun interactions with the community, I think, are big, mainly because we focus a lot internally on a lot of our internal projects. We're not necessarily out here looking to bring on a whole bunch of high profile and big budget clients. We're much more looking to build up the community and have fun. And so being able to go in and be like, hey, let's specify a style, let's jump in and do some fun logos, let's remake some of this small business stuff for fun. It'd be a good time, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think it would.
Now, I do want to ask, um, have you seen any of those like buy one give one local toy drives, sponsoring community meals? Have you ever done any of those?
I mean, I've done like Toys for Tots, and then I've like donated to like food pantries when I was younger. I haven't done anything like that in a long time though.
See, I've always done food pantries, and those I think are, I don't know, par for the course in general. But
Hmm.
I've always wanted to do one of those, either like Salvation Army where you donate presents, or the like you can get little tags with "Go, I want a dinosaur," whatever, and you can go buy a present, wrap it, and put it up. Or maybe it's not even wrap it, but you can like get a tag that tells you what to go buy, and then you give
Yeah,
it back to the tree.
yeah. I think I've done something similar to that. Like when I was really young, I feel like I remember like my mom taking us to like go do shopping, and it was like a Toys for Tots like equivalent, but like it was like a no, like this is your person and this is what they want kind of thing.
Yeah. And I want to say my school, when I was growing up, we did a lot of that. And it was like a by classroom almost competition thing
Yeah,
where it
yeah.
was
No,
like,
I think
hey,
yeah, I was gonna say that all sounds really familiar. Like I think I did something similar to that.
where we like all raised up and donated to the homeroom or whatever. And the homeroom
Yeah,
classes all gave stuff for a specific family. But I'm
yeah,
trying to think. I mean, I also, you have to remember when I was growing up, I was a part of the church. So
right.
we did those types of events for holidays all the time. But it was not, I feel like a lot of those giveaways, a lot of those holiday, like, hey, let's come together, they're very anonymous. It's very much like respectful of the family. With my church, it was not. It was very much acknowledged, like, hey, we're going to go help this family. We're giving for this family. And I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. I don't know how I feel about that. Like when
See,
I
I
say that
almost
out loud, how
like
does that
it
make you
because
feel?
it's like there's so often that it's like donations. It's like where's it even going? You know,
Yeah.
and like to have it like be like no, like you everything you do is going to go to this family. There is something nice about that. Like
Well, and I think for me, it was when you're, at least when I was in the church, it was giving to the direct community and understanding, like, if you're going to a Catholic church and you are tithing 10% of your weekly or of what you make, which is what the church generally says. I don't know if it's changed. That's what it was before. It's probably up to 20% now with the way things are. But you're supposed to tithe 10% of what you earn. If you're doing that at the Catholic Church is huge. You know the Pope is out there. I feel like that is a much different feeling than if you're doing it to your local Baptist church and you have gone out and you rake your pastor's yard and you know that 10% that you're donating is literally going to feed him and his wife and take care of rent for the building that you're meeting in. Like when you know that the money you're tithing is going to those three things and maybe other things like printing out materials and updating a computer, blah, 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 blah. There's like a budget. But even then, when you know actively where that's going, there's a different focus almost. And that's really interesting to think about.
yeah, um, I see Mel's over here. She's asking us right now. Do we have a top do and don't for holiday specials and campaigns?
Do and don't. Definitely do one. Definitely don't overdo it. Don't oversell. Don't over promise, overcompensate. Don't try to do too much. It is much better to have a consistent and really, really good menu. I think this is one of those things. Ooh, got
Cat
issues.
wanted out.
Oh, dude, cats run our lives, man. Do you see
Yeah.
this shoestring over here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that came out of an active shoe that Cassidy was wearing that she could no longer wear until we get the new shoestrings that we ordered because Freya pulled it out of the shoe and it's her new favorite toy.
Yeah.
um,
I want to jump in really quick though to the
yeah,
topic. I know you were still kind of mid thought there.
oh, go ahead.
Don't for me. Don't like you said. Don't overdo it, but also don't underdo it. We have our massage client. We're trying to do this push on these gift card emails. And we sent one out, and he's like, "Yeah, I was wondering how that was going." We're like, "Yeah, we sent one out, but we're gonna try and send one like a little closer." And he's like, I don't want to email people that much." And it's like, I don't know, like, yeah, I feel like you can't be afraid to send 2 emails in 2 weeks,
Mhm.
like,
You
especially at a busy
gotta
time like this.
you gotta be able and be ready, but I can also understand not wanting to burn bridges. The thing is, understanding stats on those emails, it becomes a different issue because as a small business owner, you hear, okay, I have an audience of how many people. This is in this example, he has an email list of over 800 people, 800 clients that he has personally met and provided a service with. That is amazing. That is a phenomenal list of people for him to reach out to and contact for any type of business or any
Right.
offer that he has. And so when you're a small business owner and you understand that you provided a service to these people and you're reaching out to them, here are some stats that you want to be aware of. How often is your email being opened? How many people are clicking on things in your email? And how often people are unsubscribing? So if someone doesn't want to see your email, they're not going to open it. If someone doesn't want to see your email ever again, they're going to unsubscribe. If they
Exactly.
open your email and they look at it and they click on it, that's a good email. If your email gets opened, then you're building up domain reputation. It's a good thing. So when you look at email campaigns and you want to look at running some type of email, whether it's through your point of sale, like Square, Stripe, whatever it might be, if it's through Massage Book, Gloss Genius, Strong Lawns, whatever you're using for your management, I'm sure it has some type of texting, it has some type of SMS or email system in there. Get in there, use it, and then look at those stats. If you see that 80% of people are opening your emails, send them emails.
Hmm.
Those 80% of your customers, 80% of 800 people opened your emails. That's
Hmm.
600 something people,
Yeah.
or not 600, it's a little bit more. But
We're not
that's how many people open
mathematicians,
your
we're
email.
marketers.
we're not mathematicians, we're marketers. Hell yeah. But not to get into a huge diatribe about email here, but that's
No,
definitely pay attention to that and don't be afraid of it.
but
Explore.
but 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 it is a good thing to kind of get into a diatribe about, because like if you're worried
I
about
don't even know if
like
diatribe is the right word.
it probably isn't. It probably is. I
No.
almost guarantee it isn't, but I jumped
As
on it
soon as I
because
said it, I felt wrong, and then you said it, and I felt more wrong, and I was like, "Eh."
yeah, everyone knows I said it more wrong than you did. Uh, uh,
Continue. I'm
but
sorry.
no, but like holidays are definitely a time where you don't want to come across pushy because everybody's got something busy. But I also feel like emails are like the least intrusive way to market, like the only thing that like I was about to say the only thing that's like less intrusive is actual mail, but that fills your mailbox,
If
like
you send me an actual letter, I'll probably be more offended than sending me an email
exactly.
because you
Yeah, like
wasted paper. Like, why did
yeah,
you
like
waste paper and a stamp and a postman's time? Well,
getting
honestly,
an
he
getting an email is the equivalent of like seeing something on your Facebook feed that you don't want to see. If like it's an email you don't want to open, you just scroll past it, like it's not like you're being forced to. It's not. And I think the problem is he sees like, oh, we're gonna send out 800 emails, and it's like, well, it's not one person gonna receive 800 emails, like those people are gonna receive one email, and then you're gonna wait a week, and then they're gonna receive one
well,
more. It's not that bad.
so question for you. Before this job, before working at Xanadu If I went to you and said, "Hey, I'm going to send an email to 800 people," do you think you would have reacted differently?
No, no, because I still would have grasped the idea that it's 800 people getting one email. You know,
Okay.
it's not like one person getting 800.
Yeah. See, and I think I get that. I can maybe I empathize a little bit with a small business owner where they're like, "Hey, so this is my customer base." It's almost imagine like a dragon sitting on their hoard of gold. If you're a small business owner, your customer base is you want to protect that with everything you have.
Yeah,
And I want to maybe point out this scenario with one of our clients where they brought on a new employee and they were very adamant and very clear that they wanted this new employee that they're bringing on to have no access or ability to download any of the client information. They were afraid that they had 800 customers and they didn't want to give that list of 800 customers to someone else, knowing that that was 800 people who paid for the
yeah.
service. And that's
And then lo and behold, that
100% fair
lo and
because
behold,
it
like
is your hoard. If you're a small business owner, that's your hoard, you
yeah.
know?
And lo and behold, like he was correct to do that. Like that employee didn't stick out for very long. Like it's like one thing if it's like, oh, person's been here for like over a year. Now we'll give them like access. But it's like, no, I just hired this new person. I'm not going to give them like, I mean, I wonder. We've never like looked into just like buying leads for him, you know. But like, I wonder how much like massage client leads actually go for.
Like buying and selling. I'm not sure. I know there's a whole system and stuff around that. It's not something that we're necessarily interested in doing. We would so the scenario that we would talk about in this instance is creating a landing page and we would create an offer
Well,
for to be
I,
balanced
I
and we would
only
have
asked
someone
that
run
really quick.
ads and then we would pay on a per lead basis.
Like, and I only asked that really quick because, like, I'm just curious, like, what the total value she would have
Oh,
if she had,
the
like, if like each one of these leads is valued at $25 a head, and she's getting 800 of them. You know, like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
did she just get like $1,600 worth of leads? You know, like,
Well, and then you get into some crazy math that I don't feel confident in like going over. But it's for
we're not
example, okay,
mathematicians.
if you're sending out, for example, I talked about we have a list of 800, 80% of the people open it. That was a real statistic. We've sent out 800 emails, 80% of people opened it. We had a 2.5% click through rate on 800, which is 20 something clicks, I want to say. So in that instance, if she would have gotten that 800 person list and sent it one email and she got 22 clicks on it, if she did, she were able to inbox and all of this other stuff, hypotheticals. What is the lifetime value of those 22 clicks? How many of those 20 whatever clicks will convert into a actual paying client for her? How many of those clients will convert into lifetime customers? What is that value? And then you're looking at lifetime value of a customer. And the math gets really wonky. You can definitely get in there. If you're the small business owner, I suggest that you do because I can tell you the lifetime value of a lawn care customer is thousands.
Yeah,
Lifetime value of a esthetician client is in the upper hundreds, if not thousands. Like
yeah.
repeat customers who have a repeat service, especially with high value, is
The
how you make your living.
Absolutely. And the thing that like leads me in this train of thought is my time at Bath Planet. You know, like my whole thing was essentially getting leads, you know,
Mhm.
getting contact information for people. And like I had access to the entire thing, all of it. And like they stress about that often, like to like everybody. And like I heard them talking about it, like the managers at the time, and they were like, yeah, like they'd had an employee before I was there that like had access to all of them and then was like selling the data. They would like get it for Bath Planet, get paid by Bath Planet, and then turn around and then be like, oh, here's all the stuff I got today. Would you guys like to buy this Bath Fitters? You know, and then it would like sell the data to them. And I'm
Yep.
like, so like this person that you know had access to like had they had access to all of the massage clients could have very easily been like, hey, Urban, I'm gonna like, would you like to buy some of these people to contact or anything like that, you know?
And this is one of the issues, one of the problems in affiliate marketing. One of the things to be aware of if you are going to run an offer is, hey, are the leads backing out? Are they
Mm-hmm.
worthwhile? Are they good? and being able to track leads is very important.
What
And this
is
is much more of a Joey Matterhorn topic.
it is.
Honestly, Mel, we should make a note to get in and dive a little bit deeper into affiliate tracking, affiliate offer creation, and the
Yeah, that'd be a
logistics
good
of
one.
it, because there are definitely ways to abuse affiliate marketing. I think you've talked about your holiday gift prompt, which, what is that again? Holiday gift prompt?
Mygiftprompt.com.
Mygiftprompt.com.
Yes.
Call it out just one more time. If you haven't gotten a gift, mygiftprompt.com by Jordan Vogel over here. It hits his Amazon cookies, which is super
Hmm.
sick. But that's affiliate marketing income. What you can do and what you've discovered is, hey, I can just tell all of my friends and everyone that I know to go to my website and then go buy off Amazon so that I get the commission, and that works for me.
Hmm.
That's universal. Everyone can do that. And I can tell you that Amazon is aware that that happens. It is reasonable for them. They expect this to happen. Someone is getting paid out on every single item on Amazon, regardless,
You're
because
right.
you're cookied in from something somewhere.
Hmm.
Almost everyone is. Now, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just like, I don't love it, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna like capitalize on the situation, you know?
Well, exactly. It's out there. It's a thing that exists. And so I think that might make a really interesting topic to dive into a little bit more about why that works, how that works for people, and the reason some people will pay, for example, hey, I'll pay $50 for a brand new massage client if they book, even though they book a $50 whatever, takes their time, they're losing money on everything on it. But if they book again, look at that. They all of a sudden made
Hmm.
money. And then that third booking, ooh, ooh, all profit. And now that $50 they paid up front, well, they have that contact information. If that person books 3 times, on average, you can figure out how many times all 800 of those people booked. If they averaged a 2.2 booking for all 800, then you just know if you get 2 bookings on average for every person that comes through, a lead's worth X amount. You set up an
Hmm.
offer, you tell people to start running ads for you, and you'll pay them this many per booking. Ugh, affiliate offers, once you get into it, once you understand the logistics, I love it because it's good information. You start understanding how the internet works. You start
Yeah.
understanding the ads that you see.
Yeah. I want to hurry up and comment on this. Isn't a question from Mel, but she did kind of explain one of her situations she recently had. I recently had a brand reach out with an email saying they will unsubscribe. Hold on, my thing's about to turn off. The printer's about to go crazy. Saying they will unsubscribe for me since they hadn't seen me in a while, and I found that kind of cool because I had not seen that before personally. I don't think this is something a small business would ever do.
Yeah.
You don't want to give an opportunity for your clients to walk away. Now, a big business that finds themselves maybe having like a huge cost of sending out all these emails, sending out a bunch of texts and stuff, and they're not getting results, but they still have like hundreds of millions that they're sending out at a time. You know, like they may be like, okay, we're going to unsubscribe you because clearly this is just us throwing away our money. But when you only have like 800 and it only costs you like $10 to send out to all of them, you know, then it's less a big deal.
I'm gonna take a swing at this. And in taking a swing at this, I almost want Sam to clip it so that we can show it directly to Trevor and I can have our email guy follow up and let me know if this is legitimate or not. So I think this has to do with email lists and keeping them clean. If you have a list of 1,000 leads and 80% of them open your emails, so every time you send out 1,000, 800 people will open. Well, you don't want to go down and only email those 800 that opened every single time, because those 200 are still people that paid for your service. Now, say they don't open an email 2 or 3 times and you can track that. Well, maybe you don't want to email them anymore because that email costs you quarter of a penny and you don't want to waste that quarter of a penny.
Yeah.
When you're only sending 1,000 emails, it matters a whole lot less than when you're sending 10
Millions.
million emails. So now you're sending 10 million emails. If 80% of them get open, that's great. 2 million emails don't get opened. That's 2 million emails that you sent that sit in an inbox that do not look good for you. The percentage is still the same, but the number is really high. Now, Can you do something about those 2 million? Yeah. What can you do after they don't answer 4, 5, 6 times in a row? After they don't open your emails, send them something crazy where it's like, hey, we're gonna unsubscribe you because you're not getting anything from them anyway. This is giving another one. And I hate to say it, Mel, but you probably opened that email. You probably thought it was good. And so that open, even if they continue to unsubscribe you, that open was cash money in their pocket.
Mhm.
You didn't give them anything other than an open, but it helped their domain reputation.
Yeah.
And so I'm anticipating a series from a large company that has a million people on their list, if not more, that saw you after a period of time where you didn't open 4 or 5 emails in a row, hit you with a, we're going to unsubscribe you because you haven't been opening our emails, and that's going to save us money. And that's just a logic tree that they had automatically set up by one good email engineer. I don't know if his name was Trevor, like our email engineer, but it was their version of Trevor set that up in the back. And I want to see, Trevor, if that's true. Maybe you're watching this, but does that sound logical?
Yeah, no, absolutely it
Okay.
does. I mean, that was pretty much exactly what I was kind of getting at as
Oh,
well,
hell
where
yeah.
it's like, yeah,
Sorry, I
like,
don't mean to I don't mean
yeah,
to
just
bull
kind of
over. I was like, let me
like cleaning out, like, it's like, yeah, why would we keep wasting money on people who aren't clicking this? And yeah, what the point I was trying to drive is like, that's a different standpoint if you're a small business sending to
Mhm.
800 and it's costing you 10 cents versus sending to 10 million and it's costing you like thousands, you know.
Yeah.
I it made me think about like I used to kind of do some of the texting stuff a very little bit when I first came here,
Mm.
and like I'd sent out some text messages and I'd see the price. I'm like, oh, that's cheap. Like I'd send out a couple thousand. It only costs like $1 or whatever. And then I remember hearing the story about another employee that worked here that like pressed the big red button that says "Don't press." And like
Yeah.
sent out a text message to everybody in our list, and that cost us like thousands of dollars. Yeah, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's the difference there. Like what she
there
out is
there is
like the big
definitely a
company.
difference.
What I sent out was the little company.
Oh my goodness. I do remember that. And that was a funny time. That was I felt so bad. The story was phenomenal, but it was a new employee. She had just started at the company a short while before this had
To be
happened.
fair, why have a button that's like the big red button to not press in the first place? Like that was there as a test. She
And it
failed,
was
but it
also
was a test.
prominently displayed. Like I want it to be clear, this wasn't like a you had to go searching for the button. This was on the first page that you saw. That wasn't an error because after you logged into our program, the first page you saw was an error page. Uh, it was an internal program that was never meant to be
That's
used by
hilarious.
anyone, even internal. uh,
Oh, that's funny. That is
but
really funny.
I think that only happened that one time.
I've only ever heard about it happening one time, but like I only bring it up as like the scale example, because
Mhm.
like that was like sending it at like a level that like big companies would send at, and the price difference there was thousands of dollars, whereas I sent like 1,000 of them, and it wasn't even like $1.
Yeah.
It was
The pricing per a text message or for an email is absurdly small. I want to show this because I find this hilarious, and Mel, I appreciate you playing along with this. I I think I have over 100 emails from them that I've never opened. Um, if they have a if their Trevor set up a limit in their email for hey, if they don't answer 100 emails, if they don't open 100 of them, we're gonna unsubscribe them. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna respect. I have
I'm
so much
curious
respect.
about how many emails they're sending a day.
Well, that
How long
too.
did it take you to get over 100 of them?
I will say some of those big brands, and this is where I think some of the small businesses will agree. Walmart hits you with 4 or 5 emails a day. I download the Meyer app, and Meyer hits me with like 6
Yeah.
notifications a day. And I'm like, if it popped up like with a red one and I had to go into the app to make it go away, I'd be upset. It just hits me with a push
You just got to
notification.
swipe it really quick.
Yeah, so I can swipe it away. But if it hit me with that red one, I'd probably get rid of that app and only use the browser to order
I
because
know I've
that's
shown this before.
don't get out of here. That's actually giving me panic attack.
I'm nearing on 50,000.
And
We're almost
the
there.
pride that you feel is absurd. Ugh.
I
But all
don't
right.
think I've ever unsubscribed from
No.
anything ever. Yeah. Like I'm like if this email just gets too much to the point where like I can't handle it anymore, I'm just gonna make a new email.
Holy damn, man. That's fair. That's
At 50,000, it's easier to just make a new one.
well,
I've tried. I have actively tried to be like, I'm just gonna go through and delete all these now because I'm like past 100 of them back. I don't need any of them. I don't know what's in that 50,000 emails. So like, and I've tried to like batch delete them, but like I've done it for like 10 minutes and then I'm only like 200 through, and I'm like,
you
oh
should
my
ask
god,
Chat GPT because you
how
can
to
probably like write something in SQL to do it, and Chat
yeah
GPT would do it like from start to finish. Be like, hey, I want to go through and open all these emails. And we've talked about this, and I need to be better about this too. Email filters in Google, there's a
yeah.
bunch of filters that you can do for emails, getting them in different folders and crap like that. And I think that there's a
So
lot
like the
of
problem is
speeding
like
up
they
you can do with
still
those.
always go to the like total like the whole inbox, and that is always what I'm in. So even if they filter into different like categories, I still always open like all mail. You know, like that's like where I'm normally at.
But I
So like even if they do filter, I still see them.
But I think what I'm getting at is like Google, I think, can automatically filter, open, read, put it in a thing with a star, flag it for you
Oh
for a review. Like Google can automatically, and I think most emails at this point, you can set up these types of automations to do all of that. I'm I've not done much of that. I've set
yeah,
up one or two macros in my time, but I've not done much filtering an email. Um, Regardless, we're getting deep in the weeds. This is the most holiday of holidays. I think being off topic is a little bit of what we do here at Xanadu. But I want to say I appreciate you being along on this journey. I appreciate being on this journey together. Happy holidays to everyone. I want to highlight one more comment. What small touches or personalization do you think make a big difference for customers during the holidays? If you're a small business, be legit, do a little holiday special, offer a little discount, offer a deal, give some gift cards, coupons, discounts. I think that's the basics.
I mean, like if you have any way to like I guess it all depends on your business. Like, but if you have any way to like tailor it to whatever they do with your business is like a big thing. Like if there's someone who does like a lot of like say our lawn care, you know, but there's someone who comes to us and like they only ever get their grass cut. They don't need trees trimmed or anything. Maybe they get like happy holidays. Here's like something special off cutting grass, you know, or like specifically like vice versa if they like get their pool cleaned. Hey, here's something we noticed you do this often. We wanted to give you a holiday reward. Here's 10% off that service next time.
Yeah. And I think there is ways that you can, tailor your website. You can update, you can write articles, you can create a video, doing things like talking about your staff, holiday memories, creating a tradition for your space. Hey, every holiday we're going to give away something. Every
Yeah,
holiday I volunteer at this. If you can give, you hit your email list with like a donate to a special charity or something that you particularly enjoy with. um
I think I think holiday
Content
giveaways
production, I
are
think, is
big.
huge.
I think holiday giveaways are big.
Yeah,
I think that's something that should be done more. I think we should do like a subscriber giveaway. We should be like you know, even if it's something small, you know,
I've been
just like
very tempted to do something similar, even if it were like, hey, we'll do something, we'll make up like a logo for you, we'll make up a whatever, we'll do a podcast
we'll
on
just
your topic, we'll spend
we'll slap
15 minutes.
a good rep media sticker on a pair of wireless headphones and send them your way.
We need to get stickers made. Well, and that's the thing, I will say, we're gonna do a streetwear brand in 2026. Good rep streetwear is coming. It's gonna be sick. We're gonna go really hard on it. Honestly, we probably will make like one shirt and it'll be up on D's Tees, and that'll be about it. But it's gonna be sick.
But
That'll
I'll
be
wear it
exciting.
every live.
Oh, I'll wear it.
I need a GRMT and I need a JMT.
Yeah. Honestly, that's something we gotta get going.
Yeah.
But with that, anything you want to leave the guys off with before we head out of here?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Thanks so much for joining us this 2026. We do have one more show before the new year. We've been going strong. I think, what are we supposed to be going over next week? We're covering new year, new mindset, getting in there. I keep using the word grind set and I love it
Yeah, you
because
gotta
it makes you
stop. You
cringe.
gotta stop.
It's a problem. It's
It
when you
is.
say
It is.
something like
It's so cringe.
ironically
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
it just
Yeah.
works its
Trust
way
me.
into your lexicon. I said grind set to Cassidy the other day. Like I was just I'm like I said I'm on that grind set. It was a joke, but I said
She
it
should have
like
vomited
not
on the spot.
that wasn't the joke.
She should have vomited right then and there.
Sometimes I wonder what I've done to deserve such a fine, fine lady. But we're going to be talking about new year, new mindsets, and then small businesses, new resolutions, things to look forward to in the new year, things that we're looking to do in 2026, how we can hopefully help out more small businesses, how we can expand our content. I think we should come in next week with an idea of, hey, Good Rep Media in 2026, what are we going to look like? What do we want to be doing in our content? What do we want to be doing online? What do we want to be doing with our clients? And I think we're going to have a really good conversation when that comes up.
Yeah.
It makes me pretty excited. But I hope you have a good holiday, man.
You do.
I hope you have a good holiday, everyone who's watching and listening at home. I do hope that you come and join us next week, Monday at noon on the Joey Matterhorn channel, Monday or Tuesday at noon on Good Rep Media. And thank you. Good night.